You are now listening to Crypto Files. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and like the video if you like the content. I have 108 subscribers as of today, so I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It is a huge deal for me, every single one of you, every step of the way as I continue to build this this channel. So thank you. And just remember, none of my content is to be taken as financial advice, so don't go trading any of your NFTs or crypto assets based on any of my content, as it's only for entertainment purposes. Today's big news is none other than Acala Network winning the very first Parachain auction on Polkadot's network. So congratulations to Acala, and they will be onboarded on December 18th. At the beginning of Release 6 with other first 5 auction winners, as Polkadot went ahead and tweeted that out when they won. It was a close call between Acala and Moonbeam. Moonbeam having 34 million Polkadots contributed as we speak right now on November 18th. And on the, it was just a close call, and I was thinking that Moonbeam was going to be the winner, but ultimately it was Acala. So every week there is a winner that'll take a slot, so these projects will compete with each other, and the project that has the most Polkadot contributions is the winner for that week. So the next one, most likely we can bet that it's going to be Moonbeam. It has a 34 million contributions. Clover has 3.3, A-Star 7.6, Parallel 5.6, and then it kind of dwindles down. Monta is the last one at 3.0. 3 million 3.0, and yeah, so Moonbeam, it's probably gonna be Moonbeam, A-Star, and then Parallel, and then Clover and Monta are gonna battle it out as the final week closes in. Clover right now is just barely beating Monta, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Clover actually wins, just because I'm contributing 50 dots on Clover. I'm also contributing on A-Star. I will make a video on A-Star pretty soon here. 75 dots, so I'm pretty happy. And did I miss out on Acala? Well, I kind of did and kind of didn't. Ultimately, yesterday I got a little excited and I contributed a total of 8 dots. That gives me 24 Acala tokens. So just a little bit, not too much. And to be honest, I ran out of Polkadot, so I need to buy more Polkadot. But I'm glad I did this last night. I didn't think about it. I didn't think they were really going to win just yet. And I just decided to contribute 8. And I woke up, went to work, and as I was working, I saw that they won, so I was pretty happy about it. So what's Acala? Well, let's start off first with its sister token, sister DeFi hub, and that is the one and only Karura. Karura was launched on the Kusama, on the Kusama blockchain, or the relay chain. I fumble with my words sometimes when I think about Polkadot. Its all-time high has been in the past at $13.18. Right now it's sitting at $6.03. So not too shabby at the moment. So what is Acala? Okay, so Acala is a little bit hard to describe, because ultimately we're going to benefit from Acala in the future as developers start building on this platform. That's right. So we have Polkadot, and Polkadot, remember, is building a network of blockchains. And there's up to 100 slots on this relay chain, which is what makes up Polkadot. I wish I found this these graphics before I made my last video. Obviously, you guys have seen this one in the thumbnails and in my videos. There's 100 slots. What happens after the 100 slots are are occupied? Well, they're researching right now to add another relay chain, and another one, and another one. So very revolutionary stuff. I want to see what the updates are in regards to that. Reminds me of Cadena, where they just keep adding chains. In this case, it's a relay chain that'll host up to 100 projects and 100 slots. And then this is pretty much what it comes down to. This is the advantage. So the Parachains are a specialized blockchain that connect to Polkadot. The Parachain is the project. So Acala now will be a Parachain. If Moonbeam wins a slot, they will be a quote-unquote Parachain, because they will jump on that slot, ultimately relying on the relay chain for security and governance. So aside from that, they have their own ability to control, as it says here, their own governance and everything that they do is validated ultimately on the Polkadot validators, but they will have their own validators as well. But this is the key: transactions can be spread out across the chains, allowing many more transactions to be processed in the same period of time. Currently, every blockchain we're seeing right now, not every blockchain, why am I lying? Blockchains in the past like Ethereum and Bitcoin have been just linear. See, this is a perfect representation, just a line with a bunch of dots, and the dots represent the transactions. They gotta, follow the FILO, first in, last out process, and they get well, that's a lie, because on Ethereum, right, you can pay a very high gas fee and then your transaction is executed before somebody who's paying the lower gas fee. Anywho, you get the point. It's just becomes bogged down, the network struggles and whatnot. This is Polkadot multi-parallelized transactions. That's exactly what it is. Again, you can spread those out throughout the chains, but on top of that, you do have parachains that specialize in certain things, and that is the entire mission of Polkadot. If you want to build something that's just going to deal with weather, transactions, reporting the weather, keeping records of the weather, then that's what Polkadot is made for. The relay chain takes care of building the infrastructure for your blockchain, and then you come in and you build it on top of Polkadot with Substrate, which is it's a framework that ultimately built the Polkadot relay chain, but you can build your blockchain with Substrate. So if I was building a blockchain on the Polkadot relay chain, I would go ahead and use Substrate, and that's a combination of WASM and libp2p, which is a network. I can go into the details, but ultimately what you can do is you can program something in Rust, C++, C# for you developers or people that are familiar with coding. And because of WASM, obviously, then that can be executed over the web in a virtual machine. And then you do have the revolutionary libp2p network. That's what makes Substrate. And then ultimately that gets hosted on the Polkadot ecosystem. On top of that, you do have projects like Acala. Akala's special corner, or what they're trying to do, is to scale dapps that focus on DeFi. Not only that, but they're an Ethereum sorry, I can't even talk. Not only that, they're an Ethereum compatible smart contract. And that is huge, because just like my last video about Avalanche, they're able to attract developers. They're able to attract dapps that have already been built on Ethereum. And if they're having issues over there because of the high gas fees, they can come and bring over their project with Acala, and they have an EVM plus, which is in, let's take a look here. So they raised a ton of money, but they also went ahead and announced. So here it is. This was back in August 19th of this year. Scale Ethereum-based DeFi to Polkadot with Akala EVM plus, now fully EVM compatible with full access to Substrate. Substrate is that framework I was talking about, but any Ethereum dApp can deploy to the Akala EVM plus in a fully Ethereum compatible environment with tooling like MetaMask, Truffle, and Waffle. It sounds like I'm rapping, right? So yeah, it's fully compatible. EVM is an Ethereum virtual machine. If you don't know what that is, just think of an operating system. It's able to execute smart contracts. So just like you would have a program that runs on Windows, it's able to execute it. If it's a program that's supposed to run on Windows, that operating system runs it. Same thing with Ethereum. The Ethereum virtual machine that runs on the nodes. For any smart contract that was built on Solidity, which Solidity is the smart contract language, gets then transformed into what's called bytecode, right? And then the virtual machine reads that bytecode, which is like, nobody understands bytecode, right? It's just like machine language. But ultimately, that's what it reads, and EVM Plus is integrated into Acala. So huge deal. One of the things I noticed is they've also launched their own dollar stablecoin. So it's called the AUSD. It's built-in programmable primitive of Akala network. AUSD is the Polkadot native decentralized stablecoin backed by dot derivatives. I can barely talk today. I don't know what's wrong with me. And cross-chain assets like BTC. So this is huge because I believe this is the very first stablecoin on Polkadot's network. Now that is a big deal. They are leading the pack in the DeFi space with Polkadot, and I want to keep tabs on how Clover will, I don't know, maybe compete, or I want to see how Clover handles this, and also A-Star in some ways. But A-Star is a little bit more towards like smart contracts, and they're a different type of hub. This is specifically geared more towards DeFi. So let's take a look here. One thing that I did like about Acala is this. Not only are you going to have lower gas fees, but very interesting. Pay your gas fees with virtually any token. So with Acala's flexible free tokens, you can settle the transactions with USDT, USDC, AUSD, which is the Akala stablecoin, DOT, BTC, Ethereum, and more. So this is going to be very interesting. Ultimately, you know, Acala is the utility token that powers the DeFi hub. And what does it do? We've seen many things, just like any other native coin for a network that runs on a blockchain. It is used to pay transaction fees, node incentivization, governance, algorithm risk adjustment. So this will auto adjust risk parameters such as interest rates and collateral ratio. I have to look into that. This is all DeFi, and there is some financial lingo, so I need to figure out what that plays a role for this hub, and does that apply to every project that's coming onto the hub in this platform? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait for developers to start building. Ultimately, pallet deployment allows teams to deploy new substrate pallets on Akala blockchain by staking ACA. That's interesting. I think the pallets are actually linked to their connection with Chainlink, which will allow for smart contracts to be computed off of the blockchain. So right now, every single smart contract is working on, like, it gets executed as the transaction happens on the actual blockchain. One thing that you guys cannot sleep on, and this is a small plug for Chainlink because I'm a huge fan of Chainlink, is Chainlink is an oracle, so it's able to compute smart contract it's able to compute smart contracts off of the chain, off of the network, and that is huge. We haven't seen anything yet, and this is why I say that Acala is going to take some time to really see what type of system and ecosystem they build, not only on Acala, but that ultimately it's hosted on Polkadot as developers start building. We need major adoption, and just like Ethereum saw major adoption with NFTs and their smart contracts allowing them to do that, this is the same thing. It's not really the smart contract, but this is the DeFi hub, and then as major adoption comes and developers start building, then we're going to really see the benefits of the products that come about because of this ecosystem that's being built. Ultimately, the best thing is that you can run transactions on blockchains that are running parallel in the Polkadot ecosystem. You can bring over dapps that are running already on Ethereum, and that is very good. I did want to say that I did contribute 8 Polkadots, so I got my 24 Aka rewards. I just called them Aka, but it's Akala tokens. I don't know. So I'm very excited about this. And ultimately, I will take a look at what other projects win the Parachains auctions. But a lot of news about Acala, and we're just gonna have to see and wait and see how they revolutionize and lead the pack in the DeFi space for Polkadot. I think that's enough for today. I didn't want to get too technical with things and bore you guys. If you guys like the content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys joined the Parachain auction for Acala, let me know. I'm excited about it. I know I didn't invest that much or lend that much to them, but I did participate in their auction. And other than that, you all stay safe, and thank you all for everything. Have a good one.